Okay, this is our hen house. Now, this used to be a playhouse for our son Joseph. Goodness, I can see a chicken. You see him sticking his head out between the plastic? Or her head, that's so funny. We didn't know we were going to be hit by mold in the fall of last year. So what we decided to do was to make them some sort of quick place to live until we could build something better, because they were still living in cages. So we took over his playhouse. He had outgrown it and we didn't have any little children around. And as always, we're trying to find ways to be resourceful with what we already have. So we put together this yard, and actually it has worked out really, really well. I want to show you, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but I'm really going to try. This was our idea for keeping coons out. And for all of you that have issues with buzzards and coons, you will not believe how well this has worked. And we want to encourage you to give this a try. Okay? You can see these boards that my husband extended right here, Ron extended, to try to bring kind of a little framework over the yard. Well, it was my idea. We had this black netting. Let me see if I can get you to see it. Okay? This is a netting that is used to hold, oh, I don't know, just straw and things like that. It's used for environmental purposes. When you're trying to keep a watershed from washing off all the soil, you put different types of organic material under this mesh. You pin the mesh to the ground, and then it keeps it from moving when the rain, comes and you have storms and stuff like that. So you keep your topsoil from moving in the rain. Well, because my husband and I used to work for, we were contractors for the Mississippi Department of Environmental Quality. We used to teach about this sort of stuff, and we learned about it, and somebody was throwing this away, and it's really can be a very expensive material. So we had a roll of it left over. So what we did is we took it piece by piece, pieced it together. You can see here where we kind of took the string and sewed and patched it together to work. So actually, we've got a nice smooth surface going up here. We actually have this fabric, this mesh fabric, all the way up the wall, and we sewed it again to the wall. We've used clothespins to hold it into place. We used this wire right here. It's not really chicken wire, but we used this wire. We nailed it off to the clubhouse. We put the shingles underneath just to give them some insulation and build kind of a little wall there. Put some plastic. And then we did this mesh all the way around the chicken yard. And it has worked. You wouldn't believe how well it has worked. We haven't had the first coon incident or anything like that. Now, we do have 2 dogs, and sometimes they're out and sometimes they're in, but it's just worked really great. We haven't had any animals to get in. We do use sewing with the string and clothespins to keep the animals out. I mean, to keep the fabric down kind of taut. You can see right here, this is a tie-off section, and here's a section where we sewed it together right here. Okay? And then we've used PVC pipe to just give them a little place to perch and hang out during the day, which they like. My husband has used, actually, I think somebody gave him that old water feeder. We're about to change that system. But there's an old water feeder over there made out of some big PVC pipe. And then we have a little step ladder here. Let's see if you can see it. Little step ladder going into the hen house. I got a hen squawking at me. I think she's the one that's been setting, and she doesn't like me a whole lot because I'm the one that goes in a lot of times, and Ron and Joey to get the eggs. Okay, so now what we're going to do, our next step, is we're going to transform this upper part. We're going to build them a roof. They have a small roof inside the playhouse that you can see, but it does leak. So we're going to fix up their roof, get more plastic up there because it actually looks like they've been tearing down their own plastic, so we have to fix that. And eventually what Ron's going to do is where the wood pieces are going down right here, where we've had the mesh over the top, he's actually going to build a roof that extends way over outside of their yard, and we're going to store our feed and stuff like that under there. But eventually our goal is back here, all of this is going to be a huge chicken yard. We're going to build a nice barn for them and a house, and that's our goal. But I just wanted you to see our quick chicken update and how we transform the clubhouse into their little house. They are very happy out here. They really are. We've been giving them scraps of pumpkin and squash and all kinds of things. Sweet potato scraps, they love the skins. So any kind of scraps you have from the garden, I even throw them herbs sometimes and even weeds. They just love it and they leave the rest behind, and hopefully one day we'll come in here and scrape it and we'll have the best manure ever. So happy chickens, y'all. Enjoy your chickens, and I hope that we've inspired you to think of innovative ways to make a place for your chickens to stay. You can start small and build. It's never too late to start. You can always do something creative. So we'll see you later.